So KVUE is Tylenol, a company that makes Tylenol, and Trump has been talking about this one for a while. Let me pull up the other chart here. We have KVUE, and what seems to be happening a lot lately is we have Trump talking about a stock. Okay, he talks bad about a stock goes down, and then stock pumps shortly after. So we saw it with Intel. Um, kind of funny, but yeah. So Intel. Turn this off for a second. So Trump started bashing Intel somewhere in this area. I need to double check the timeline on that, but that's what happened. So Trump starts bashing Intel, and then drops the stock down to the 20 area, and then now it's been pumping big time because the government bought it at the dead bottom. So that's what happens. And so KVUE is kind of similar situation. We have this stock hasn't been around for very long, only since 2023. So there's not a ton of history on it. But what we have is some nice consolidation. It broke down with Trump's help because Trump started bashing it right around here. And since then, it has made new lows. It's taken out the lows pretty aggressively. And now we have a nice trend break and earnings. And Kimberly-Clark, we're finding out now, is now acquiring KVUE for $48 billion. All right, so $48 billion. That's a pretty big deal. And what's kind of interesting with this is, aside from this trend break, nice technical setup with breakout pullback right there, but we also have the valuation of this, which let me pull this up really quick. So according to this valuation, this is valued at $21 a share with this deal. So if that's the case, usually it is an acquisition. So we're kind of setting a value at $21 a share, and it's trading at $16 right now. So we'll see if that follows through, but it seems to be tracking with this idea and this blueprint right here, which is just a guide, just a guideline. But we have the trend break, we have the news, we have the Trump thing happening. Trump bashes it, it goes deeper lows, and then we have a reason for it to have gone to deeper lows. Something happened, either the government's buying it or somebody's acquiring it. In this case, Kimberly-Clark for $48 billion. Kind of a big deal. So what I'm doing is loading my swing trade in this zone right here. So I'm trying to get in the 15s, the 16s, right in that area. And we'll see if it follows through or not. Doesn't have to. But I think that there's a lot of potential for this to run up to $21 at least. And then we'll see what it does from there. So there's some decent upside there. 25-30% potential from where it's at right now. So it is just interesting that we see Trump bashing things. Stocks go down to deeper lows, and then somebody's having a deal, right? Somebody's making a deal with this, and it's just funny that it happened with Intel. It's happening now potentially with KVUE. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, but that's going to be the plan for KVUE. Here is Trump's messaging on KVUE. play a minute of this. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
Effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. Is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. But with Tylenol, don't take it.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. Only good can happen. Nothing bad can happen. Or something like that. Anyways, that's kind of the messaging on it. Tylenol can cause autism. That's what they said. But usually, it's just news to drop the stock. Like with Intel, Trump said that the CEO is tied to China. So, you got to get rid of him. Get him out. And then next thing you know, the government's buying Intel. And they bought at the dead bottom. And now Intel's up massively. So, we'll see if that's the case with KVUE. It seems like it could be. But we'll keep it on watch. I'm still loading in my swing. And if it drops too much, I just cut. So that's all there is to it. I think there's good potential on this trade idea. It's in the news. It's kind of a Trump play. And we'll see what happens. We've seen him work before. We'll see if this one works as well.